Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, April 20th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra today is, it is time. And what I picture there is Rafiki in The Lion King, the baboon, the monkey. I believe he's a baboon. When Simba is away and he's like, oh my gosh, he's alive, and he sees his picture and he's like, oh, it is time. It is time for him to come into power. And today we have some shifts, but there's like a strong element of time going on in the cards, and this is kind of what I'm feeling even as we go through these shifts. So the shifts that we have today, we have Pluto going retrograde today. Pluto is going retrograde through the end of September. So we've got several months of this retrograde process, but even so, even as it's going retrograde for all this time, it's only going from 19 degrees, where Pluto is at right now, back to 16 degrees. So it's just this tiny little thing. So if you have anything in Capricorn, 19 to 16 degrees, or even like 15, 20, you may definitely be feeling this energy. Also, if you're somebody who likes to follow along, look in your chart, notice if you have anything in the cardinal signs. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries, what are the cardinal signs? If you have anything of those, 16 to 19 degrees, you definitely may be feeling some kind of interaction, an opposition, or a square with this element. So you may definitely be working strongly with this Pluto retrograde. I personally am a fan of Pluto retrograde. I may not like Saturn retrograde much, but I love Pluto retrograde because I really like this opportunity to go within. And as I was looking, I was like, oh, how perfect. I just got a new candle. I love having a candle lit on my altar, and it's a root chakra candle. And to me, Pluto takes us into the root, and especially Pluto in Capricorn. In Capricorn, the sign of structure, we have an opportunity to go back in, return within, and get into the root of our structure, to shift what is making our structure uneven, to shake out, that works, like a little earthquake, anything that's making our structure unbalanced, unsound, unable to support this growth of our soul, the expansion of our soul that's happening because it is time. So this is a great time to be looking within the root. Those fears about money, this definitely could be up with Taurus time, as Taurus does bring up prosperity energy and worth energy. So fears around money, fears around survival, fears about where you actually are, fears about the status of the world. That's definitely a thing right now. So looking at those fears and finding that new place of soundness within you, remembering that you are safe within yourself and within the status of the universe. Even if the things in the world are happening, remembering you are safe. Your soul is always safe. Your soul is always being taken care of. So we have that happening. We also have Mercury today shifting. So Mercury is shifting back into Aries today as we have Mercury retrograde. So Mercury, 29 degrees Aries. That's a very fiery degree. And so when Mercury hits fiery degrees, fiery points, I always like to remind ourselves of the 3 gates. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? And then I add 2 extra gates. Like, is this for me or is this for you? Because sometimes these things pop up in our head to communicate, and it is kind, and it is true, and it is necessary, but it's not for you to hear. This is for me to understand about my own life. So when you can ask yourself that, then the fieriness isn't necessarily like shot as flaming arrows at somebody else. Now, flaming arrows still could be a thing, because here we have Aries, 29 degrees, and then we have Mars, and a noisy cat, who has much to say about this. Come speak on camera, Mahalo. We have Mars finishing up in Taurus, 29 degrees. And so, between these 29 degrees Aries, Mars elements, we may be feeling impatient. We may be like, why is this thing not happening now? Blah, like trying to, meanwhile the universe is like, you got to learn this lesson, this is why. And you're like, but now. And so pay attention to any of that impatience that comes up and see if you can transform it into soul on fire. I didn't actually pull the card for this. I pulled this card for something else. Check the blog later. I'm going to be putting something up about that, but I was like, oh, there that is. Into that soul fire, into that passion. Mars and Taurus, passionate about what you are creating, passionate about the next step that you are taking. Because that's what I feel like today's all about. Like just taking, even if it's just a baby step. Just a small baby step in the direction of your dreams. Just a baby step in the direction of what it is you want to produce. Whether it's producing a feeling, so it's a baby step in direction of producing a feeling. Whether it's about producing an actual product, so whatever kind of baby step you need to do with that. Whether it's producing your dreams into reality. What baby step can you take? The universe is like, it is time. It is time. Just for a little bit of a baby step into this. Last astro thing that I want to mention for today is that we have the moon in Aquarius. So the moon in Aquarius can get down with the ideas, can get down with the vibration. This moon in Aquarius is connecting with Jupiter today. Jupiter is in Libra retrograde. So first of all, you've got to know your worth for this process. I stopped talking and he stops talking. So you've got to know your worth for this process. This connection is happening at 16 degrees. That is a 7. So that's about honoring your flow, honoring the tide through this energy. But I'm really getting a feeling, Aquarius, beyond like the vibrational aspect and like the inner genius or the outer genius, your divine genius that it connects you to, is also loving to connect with friends. And Jupiter in Libra is like, hey, friends, like-minded people can help the flow. Like-minded people can help you step into it is time. Like-minded people, Pumbaa and Timon, can actually help you step into that purpose energy, to step into your production, to step into your worth. So if you're needing a little support, this is a time to reach out for that support so that you can bring forward your gifts. So we're going to start here. I got the stress card. And I think this is a really good one to look at because here we have, I was like, oh my God, this fits in so well. Here we have the root chakra. And the root chakra with Pluto going retrograde, taking us within. Part of the structure, part of not being stressed about our structure, part of our survival is making sure your basic needs are met. That's what Deepak Chopra says stress is. Stress is when your needs aren't being met. So if you're feeling any stress, put down the candles, put down the fire, find some inner soul fire. You don't have to put out all the fires. That's what we have firemen for, fire people for. Take your monkey out for a walk. Little less mental energy. The mind energy between Mercury at 29 degrees and the moon in Aquarius definitely may be off the hook. And notice, what is it that you need to provide for yourself physically at this moment to help ground yourself into your physical body. We are in physical bodies in this incarnation, on this earth, for a reason. And when we can do that, here we have the silence card. But this is funny. In traditional tarot, this is actually the star card, Aquarius card, a card of future success. So here we are building into it. Here we are growing into our purpose, growing into what we came to produce. We built this great foundation of our I am soul fire. And now here we go, growing into this energy and bringing forth our gifts. This is the ordinariness card, but this is a card of beautiful gifts that we have to offer. Our talents, the beauty that we are, let that be within the world. Now I'm going to get into time. So which one am I going to start with? I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start with Abraham. I can create both money and the time to enjoy it. So just keep that in mind, because the card from the Sacred Creators Oracle, card 47 if you're into numbers, the now. And it says, time is on your side. You have more than enough of it. And you are in the perfect place at the perfect time. And the universe has conspired to bring you right here, right now. So be here now. Let's see. The time is now. Your miracle, the gift, is on the way. It will show exactly when you need it, in the form you need it. It will flow into your life in perfect time. So begin to act. Take baby steps. in a way that shows that you trust its arrival. Allow the feeling of the miracle to flow to you and bathe your present day in the experience of your success instead of looking to the far-off future to finally realize your dream. Sacred Creator, you are creating your dream now. Feel that now with your mind, your heart, your sacred soul. It is time. It is time in the now. I also like this. Open your heart to the idea that time is your friend. You have enough time and money. Sometimes we get caught in the structure of the world. I'm too old. I don't have enough time. Blah, blah, blah. All those thoughts. Take that monkey out for a walk. The time is now. It is time. So open your heart to the idea time is your friend. It's on your side. Your now has been divinely orchestrated. Things that sometimes can take years can happen in the blink of an eye when you aren't as much of a slave to time as you believe yourself to be. So, it is time. The time is now. Take those baby steps. This is how we work. We're working Taurus. We're working this in. So whether your dream is a relationship, whether your dream is financial freedom, whether your dream is freedom, what is your dream? What it is. What is it that you are working on producing? You have the time. What are you going to do with the time that you have been given? Because it is time. It is now. So, that is it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your own personal chart. Have a beautiful day. Let's dig into this Pluto retrograde. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.